Hey third graders, it's time for math, and we are in our math books today on page 291, and we are doing multiplication with carrying. So if you will please turn there with me, I'm going to do one sample problem, and then we're going to do a problem together, okay? Now, the one I have on the board here is not in your books. I just want you to watch on this one. They do give you an example in the purple box there, and you can look at that a little bit later. But basically, we're doing the same thing we've been doing, where when we get to the tens place multiplying, we add the 0 on the second line, but we're carrying this time. And you know how to carry, so don't panic and think, oh, this is different, I don't know how to do it, because it's not really all that different, okay? We're just putting several different things that we already know how to do together into one problem, okay? So we'll start, and you guys can say the answers out loud there as you're watching the video, and that will help you to participate. So 3 times 5 is 15 is the answer. Now, we have a 5. We cannot put the 1 here because we are not done multiplying, right? So we're just going to do our plus 1 right here, okay? No different. Then 3 times the tens place, just like we've been doing. 3 times 2 is 6, plus your carry is 7, right? So we put our 7 here. Okay, now this is really important. This is probably the most important part of the whole math problem. If you leave that 1 up there, that plus 1, you will get confused because we are going to multiply by the tens place again, but we're not going to use the same carry. So you have 2 choices here. I'm going to leave it up to you which one you prefer, which one makes more sense to you, okay? You may mark it out like that, so you know that you're done with that, or you may simply erase it with your pencil. Okay, either way is fine. All right, now we're going to multiply by the tens place, so don't forget to add your 0. You guys have been doing a great job with that, by the way. When I check your math, I can tell you're really getting it, and you're remembering to add that 0, and I'm super proud of you for that. Good job. All right, so now we're going to multiply 1 times the ones place, the number 1 times the ones place. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 2 is 2. Notice the carry is gone. We don't want to add that carry again. That was from the ones place, okay? Now we're going to add this together, right? So 5 plus 0 is 5. Okay, 7 plus 5 is 12. And then we carry just like we normally would right here. And 2 plus 1 is 3. So the answer is 325, okay? All right. If you have a question about that, or if you're confused, then you can back this up and play it again. We're going to try one together now. So everybody get your pencil in your hand and look on 1A. We have 23 times 24. It's the very first one. You see it? Okay, let's do it together, okay? 4 times 3 is what, class? 12. Where do I put my 1? I put it over the tens place. Exactly. Plus 1. 4 times 2 is 8 plus the carry, 9. Now, what am I going to do? I would probably erase it all the way just so I didn't get confused. But if you just want to put a line through it, that's fine. Okay, now we're moving over to the tens place, so we add our 0 to hold the ones place. And then we go 2 times 3 is 6. And we do 2 times 2 is 4. Good. And then we're going to add that together. 2 plus 0 is 2. 9 plus 6 is 15. Getting it? Carry. 4 plus 1 is 5. And your answer is 552. Okay? If you are stuck on these or you have any more questions, you're welcome to call me or FaceTime me a little bit later, okay? Now you're going to finish this section with the carrying, and then part 2 is find the averages. Be careful with your adding. I've noticed, by the way, on the averaging that several of you know how to average. You add, then divide. But several of you are adding wrong. Maybe you're forgetting your carry, or you're not adding carefully, making a silly mistake. It's easy to do. So be very careful when you're doing that, okay? And then you're going to finish this page. There's some story problems on the other side. So don't forget about those. Let me encourage you. Some of you are struggling with the story problems. So let me remind you to mark the clue words and even put above the clue word what process it is. Like if it's all together, you add. If it's more than, you're going to subtract. If it's fraction of a whole number, we divide, right? If it's 3 times as many, we multiply. You see what I'm saying? If you do that ahead of time, it will help you. And also don't forget that just about every one of these story problems that we're doing now are either 2-part or 3-part. So you're not going to get the answer in just working one problem. It's at least 2, sometimes 3, okay? So do your best, work carefully. I'm proud of your hard work. Keep it up, and I'll see you soon. Bye, guys. Love ya.